Bob and Ray here at Radio New York. We're moving on up to the 4 o'clock time when we'll be hearing the news, of course. That noise you hear in the background, can you hear it? Is
I just can't get an idea.
Chester Hasbrook Frisbee, at the author-producer of Mary Backstage. He is at a desk to my left, about 6 feet away, apparently still working on today's script. He told us yesterday that he'd kind of run into a blank wall as far as continuing the story. Chester, could you pause in your work just a minute? Spacing, making a long space there. Chet, come over here, would you please? You seem to be in trouble.
I'm in a dry well here.
Oh, I know. They go on in 1/2 hour. The actors are in there. They haven't had time for even to look at a script.
I am sweating gumdrops for the first time in my literary career.
And that has spanned a good half century.
Yes, it has. I just can't come up with an idea for the Backstages for today.
The first time that this has ever... Maybe some people could call in between now and 4 and give us an idea that would help you.
I'm really lost.
I've heard about writers running dry.
I've run out on that TV show. I've just gone as far as I can with that. Now I don't know what to do with the Backstages except have them go home, and then I don't even know what they should say when they get there. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, apparently a thought.
I got an idea.
He's just been hit with a thought.
Harry can say,
Oh, he don't. Good.
hello.
Yeah. Harry says hello.
Harry says, hello.
Do you want me to get Alan Levy from the newsroom to run these pages over as soon as they're done so they can start rehearsing at least?
That's not going to work.
Don't like that. Doesn't like, no? Tearing up another piece of paper. I'm a little bit worried, friends. This is one of our most popular features, Mary Backstage. It's been on the air for years, intermittently, and we've never run into a situation where its writer, creator, author, producer, Chester Hasbrook Frisbee, has run dry.
While you're thinking there, Chester Hasbrook, I have this commercial word announcing a place where you can retire, and you might be doing it sooner than you think, man, but you don't take on a lot of work and worry. The Legion Old staff looks after basic lawn care and...
Bob and Ray, have you seen the script for Mary Backstage yet?
They're still working on it.
Not finished, huh?
No. He doesn't have, believe this, sir, page 1 written yet.
Oh.
And it goes on in about a half an hour.
Well, I'll go back and tell them. That's
Fine.
Oh.
Now, as I was saying, the Legion...
Yes, Bob and Ray?
Bob and Ray?
Bob and Ray here, yes.
Well, I have an idea. Why wouldn't he have them go on a trip? Say to Jersey, down to New Jersey.
Let me ask him, Chester? Someone just called in and suggested, why don't you have the Backstagers go on a trip, say, to southern New Jersey?
I don't think it'll work.
He doesn't think it'll work, sir.
Why not?
Why not, Chester?
Well, I just don't think it'll work, that's all. Do I have to give an explanation? If I thought
No,
it would work,
but
I'd be typing at it right now.
It's something. You have nothing. You're going on the air in less than a half hour.
How about they go to Philadelphia?
How about Philadelphia, Chester?
No.
No, he doesn't like that either. Thank you very much for your interest, though, sir, and I appreciate you calling.
Well, what about some of the questions of the day, though? You know, fluoridation.
Well, I don't know whether he wants to get into that. You want to get into fluoridation or any of that controversial stuff?
That's an idea.
Oh,
Thank you.
he likes that idea. Maybe that'll be it. Let's hear this, and then we'll present our dramatic reading group. And as we said, we're approaching news time at 4 o'clock. We've just heard a reading by Mr. Lionel Tripley and Miss Juanita Sturbush. Chester Hasbrook Frisbee is working furiously to complete the script of this day's episode, this Cliffhanger Friday episode in the story of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. He's just torn another page out of the typewriter. Apparently he isn't satisfied with that. So far, nothing has been written except the introduction for the announcer word car. He was given a suggestion by a listener that he predicate the episode on fluoridation. Thought maybe a controversial issue might be brought into the... Yes, now he's furiously typing. I think maybe this time is that fly bothering you that's in here, Chester?
My ribbon has gone out. You have a ribbon?
We'll get you new ribbon. I'll call Alan. He'll get you new ribbon. Right now, Bob and Ray pause for 15 minutes of news here at Radio New York. We'll listen to Henry Gladstone, then be right back over WOR New York and RKO General Station. Thank you very much, Henry. Just to bring you listeners up to date who may be just joining us, that frantic typing you hear in the background is by the author, producer of Mary Backstage, Chester Hasbrook Frisbee, who had not written a word of today's script, which is to be aired in about 5 minutes, until he came into the studio a few minutes ago. He had apparently run dry of ideas. The storyline had just evaded him completely as to where it was going. He seems to be doing pretty well now. Chester, how many pages? How far are you into the script now?
2 pages.
2 pages done. At least he has the opening, and apparently he has an idea, so that it looks as if we may be in less trouble than we thought. The actors, meanwhile, are standing by across the hall. None of them will have seen the script, of course, until it's handed to them when it comes out of the typewriter. Let me tell you about gimbals. They measure diagonally. A low $366. Zenith TV, 19-inch, measured diagonally, now just $344. So, come to Gimbals to buy that TV or radio you wanted. If it's a very special buy in home entertainment you want, today and tomorrow, Gimbals saves you money. Zenith prices apply except where fair traded in the state of New Jersey. Chester?
Yes?
How's it coming?
Not too well.
Ray, do you have the weather there?
Yes, I do, Bob.
Chester is thinking this might be a good opportunity to work the weather in while he's thinking.
Fine. Why don't you do that? No, let me do the weather.
Okay.
Won't bother you, will it, Chester? No, it won't bother me at all. Okay, the temperature here. And just a moment ago, we heard Henry Gladstone tell you that it's a very delightful afternoon, and that it is. Don't break the typewriter. It's not the typewriter's fault you don't have any script. Tonight will be crystal clear, cool and dry, a low between 55 and 59 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny, very comfortable, a high around 80. The sun will set tonight at 7:19 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:30. Again, the temperature in New York right now, 81 degrees. And in just a few moments, we'll be getting to the first 2 pages of the Backstages.
There's still only 2 pages?
All he has done.
Well, all right. We can kill a little time here, I suppose, with little business. I've never seen Chester.
Would it be possible for me to do a little bit as the program unfolds on the air?
Oh, I think that would be unheard of. I don't know. What else?
I don't have any alternative.
I don't... All right, if you can move the typewriter a little bit further away from the microphone, it's a little confusing. I'm sure it'll be terrible for the actors. Let's hear this word for Manny Wolf. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today, we move ahead in time, and it's a few hours after the end of the Backstage's first week of morning television shows, the Mr. and Mrs. Broadway series. As we join Mary, Harry, Pop Beloved, and Calvin at the Backstage summer home in Skunk Haven, Long Island, where they look forward to a weekend's vacation. And we hear Harry say, "Well, I'm certainly glad they canceled weekend performances of Westchester Furioso, aren't you, Pop?"
Yeah, I certainly am. I was getting pretty tired doing that dance every night. But I know you were getting pretty tired doing that television show every morning.
Yes, we were. Getting up as early as we had to arrive at the studio at 5 was certainly an experience we've never had before, eh, Mary?
Yes.
Well, of course, next week is another week, and you'll be able to have more stars. And maybe after a weekend's rest, you'll... Oh, can you hurry it up? Thank you. Yes, a weekend's rest will certainly make a great deal of difference. And we'll come back refreshed on Monday at 5 and put on a program that...
Right, Captain O'Faraday.
Oh, isn't that too bad? I think... Chester, what am I saying?
Oh, wait a minute. Just a second. What did you just say?
I think...
Whether there's any more need for me to hang around. It doesn't seem to be writing any lines for me.
Yeah, none for me either.
For you to go to the theater.
Why, Mary? Never had such short lines since...
I'll read over his shoulder.
Oh,
Because you have a curtain at 8:30.
You better sign off.
What's that?
You better sign off. I can't think of anything else.
All right, play the theme. Do I have a closing? You have been listening to Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, written and produced for radio by Chester Hasbrook Frisbee. This is Word Car. Speak.
Right, Captain O'Faraday.
King. Now that we've gone by the crucial moment there, Chester has left.
We got away with it all right?
Oh, I think they carried it off.
Because I have an entire weekend now to write ahead.
Sure, and you're not under the pressure that you were when you came in here.
Believe me, I've never been through such a harrowing experience in my life.
I can well imagine. We're going to hear a Bob and Ray Hit Parade standard here. Everybody's standard, really, at Tommy Dorsey Extra Special, Opus number 1.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. As we join our friends today, they've just been welcomed to their friend Lord Brandishier's castle, Moorswind, after their visit to England. And as they sit in the great hall discussing memories of other days and other adventures together, we hear them say...
Well, it certainly is an extreme pleasure for me to be back here at Moorswind. Is it Lord Brandishmere?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is for me, too, and certainly for Mary, Lord
Well, let me just
Brandishire.
say it's such an exciting thrill to be back here in England. And I just know we're going to have a wonderful time here for the few days
Yes.
before we go on to the continent.
Well, I hope you'll enjoy yourselves, and if there's anything I can possibly do to make you stay more happy, be sure and tell me. Oh, there's my valet, Rudy. Rudy, would you see that the Backstages and their friends' luggage is taken to their rooms? Thank you.
Say, you know, he looks familiar to me.
That's so?
Yes, doesn't he look familiar to you, Harry?
No, I don't believe I've ever seen him before.
I
Calvin.
know I haven't.
Doesn't look like anybody I ever met before.
Yes, they'll be on the 3rd floor, Rudy. In the north wing. Yes.
It is difficult getting good, competent help these days, isn't
Wait
it?
just a moment. There's my gardener. Harold, don't do the rose garden today.
Say it again?
I said, don't do the rose garden today, Harold.
Thank you. I'll wait.
All right. Thank you, too.
Wait a minute. I don't know whether I'm dreaming this or not, but haven't I seen that fellow before somewhere?
Well, I don't know where.
I
don't
know.
either.
I've never seen him anywhere. I don't have any idea who it is. Has he been working for you for a long time, Lord Branderson?
Yes, he's been here at Moore's Wind for as long as I can remember. Since I was a little boy.
Oh, is that that?
What's that happening? No, that's just the tour coming through.
A tour? You have a tour going through the castle all the time?
Well, I've fallen on hard times, Calvin, and it's been necessary to allow tours to come through to
All
make
right,
money.
mateys, let me point out a few things on the tour here. You see the old gaffer with the ear trumpet? That's his lordship, talking to those Yanks that just arrived from America. And over here is a Ming vase. All right, stop it here. Thank you. Now, have any questions about this place? All right, let's move along to the north wing. Follow me. Walk this way.
Well, it must be rather disturbing to have a tour pass through here every so often, Lord Brandishire.
How much do you get per head?
£2.07.
£2.07? You must be cleaning up.
£2.07?
£2.07?
£2.07?
What does it mean?
Well, it must be about $7 or $8, isn't it?
£2.07? What is the exchange rate now, Lord Branderson?
I haven't looked at it today, Calvin.
Yeah. What was it yesterday?
Well, I didn't look at it yesterday either. Yesterday was Sunday, of course.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Now, we'll be eating in about half an hour. If you'd care to go and freshen up, we'll meet in the main dining room and talk over our old adventures together.
Okay, last one upstairs at the monkey's uncle.
And so Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin begin their visit with Lord Brandishire at his castle Moore's Wind. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
There's somebody staring in the window at me.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today, it's the following morning after Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin have arrived at their friend Lord Brandishire's castle, Moore's Wind, in England. The sun is trying to shine through a murky coating of fog over the moors as Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin join Lord Brandishire in the Great Hall, and we hear...
Well, I slept pretty well. You have very soft mattresses here at Moore's Wind,
Yes.
Lord Brandishire.
Yes, and they're very old beds, too.
I'll say they are. I like a firm mattress myself, but it was all right. I don't want to complain or
Well,
anything.
perhaps we could provide you with a board, Calvin, to put under the mattress.
The butler of me has a board for me at home, and I think that would be very nice.
Well, I certainly slept comfortably in that cool English air coming through those great windows is an experience I'll not soon forget. Yes.
Yes, has that glue factory been there very long?
No, they just put that in about a year and a half ago, Calvin.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, the prevailing wind is the other way.
Is the principal ingredient of glue still old dead fish?
It is here, yes.
Yes. That's real sticky, that dead fish stuff.
Oh, excuse me just a moment. Harold, my gardener, is coming in. Harold, did you have something you wanted to ask me?
Lord Brandishire, do you want me to cut down the chrysanthemum?
No, I think we'll leave the chrysanthemums for another week or two. They seem to be still in blossom, and they look pretty good. Now,
Isn't this early for chrysanthemums?
not in England, Mary. No, you see, the seasons are somewhat different here.
I'll say, because we associate chrysanthemums with going to football games.
Yes. Now, Harold, about the narcissus bulbs.
Lord Brandishire, what do you want me to do? What's not in the cinder foam?
No, bones. I want you to leave those just as they are.
That's
And,
right,
you'll-
Lord Brandishire, baby.
Thank you, Harold. He's such a handy man around the place. Do most anything, you know.
Hey, what was that we had for breakfast? That's not a typical American-style breakfast. Could you tell us what that was?
Those were kippers.
Oh.
You didn't know, Calvin?
What is a kipper?
It's a fish.
Oh, no wonder you have a glue factory over here.
Yes. Why, that never occurred to me either.
Kippers. How do you do? Do you boil them and then serve them the way you did, or
No, these were fried.
Fried
But
kippers.
my fishmonger comes by here every Thursday.
I see.
And the following morning, the wind seems to change.
Uh-huh.
You know, I had somebody peering in the window at me this morning.
Yes, I heard you say that, Mary. I wonder who that possibly could be.
It was Harold. He asked me about the chrysanthemum when he was...
He's my gardener. I'm
Yes.
sure he wasn't looking in your window, Manny.
No, he
Right
wasn't.
off, Bravio?
And what's that?
You're right, your lordship.
Yes. Yeah, I'm right. He wouldn't look in your
Do you,
window.
do you permit him to stand here in the great hall in his rubber boots, covered that way with...
Well, he can't hurt
Soil
the
and
floor. It's stone. We just hose it down, you know, each day.
Well, I mean,
Okay, Lord Brandishire.
Yes.
it's not like I thought it was, in the movies at least. There was a sort of a status thing between the...
I have a little surprise for you folks. I think we're all going horseback riding to the hunt before breakfast. Tomorrow. Because we've had breakfast today, haven't we?
Do you mind if I don't go? I'm afraid of horses.
And so, Lord Brandishire announces that tomorrow there'll be a hunt breakfast. And all but Calvin agree that it would be fun to go. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
What is this we're supposed to eat? What is this?
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's early the following morning now at Moore's Wind, Lord Brandishire's castle, where Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin are paying a long-awaited visit. And as our friends make their way toward the stable area, we hear...
Well, I don't know if I'm well advised. I've always been kind of afraid of horses, but...
Oh, I don't think you should be afraid, Calvin. I'm sure that Harold, the handyman, will be able to get a horse tame for you.
Well, I think this is going to be exciting. I know I haven't been on a horse for years.
I haven't ridden since I was a cowboy back in my early days out west, years and years ago.
You were a cowboy, Pop?
Oh, did I ever tell you about that, Calvin?
No, I never heard that story.
Yes, well, here we are at the stables. Harold, is everything ready?
Your lordship.
Yes.
Should I saddle the horses for the hunt?
Yes, saddle the horses for the hunt. Please do. I see you partly completed the job and won't take very long. Mary, I'm going to have you ride Chestnut Beauty.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Which one is that? That one there?
That's that one right over there. He's already
so nicely named.
saddled her. And Harry, I think you'll have Pinto Doc. All right. Kelvin, how would you like to ride Red Lady?
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes. She's a very tame horse. I'm sure she'll give you a good ride to the hunt.
Fine.
And whom have I left out? Well, you haven't decided what to be. All right, Pop, you ride Secretariat, my newest acquisition. Hey.
Hey, that's a good one. You got Secretariat, and I got Red Lady. Okay.
Yes, and Harold, you'll ride Chestnut Beauty. Now, will you sound the trumpet, please?
I'm riding Chestnut Beauty.
Oh, that will change. Play. No, that's not it.
Is that the right one that he just blew there on the horn?
I guess it'll have to do. Now, we all ready?
Try another one, for goodness sake. Is this my horse?
I think we're one horse short.
Listen, I'll stay back if you want.
No, you stay with us. Come on, Calvin, we're underway. Yes, come on, everyone. The hunt has begun. Sound the tantaranta. Now, we'll be coming to the first jump in just a few seconds, so everybody hold on. Here we come. Ready? Good. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Calvin? Calvin? He's missing. He must have taken a wrong turn back there. Well, there were no other turns he could have made.
Well, they probably know their way home, don't they?
Well, I don't know whether Chestnut Beauty does from heart.
Why does he keep blowing on that silly trumpet?
That's to indicate this is a fox hunt.
Oh, I see.
See, there are the hounds ahead of us.
Oh.
Hear them barking?
Will the neighbors complain?
No, not this early in the morning. They're all asleep. Well, I'm worried about Calvin. I think I'll change direction and go look for him. He was riding Red Lady, wasn't he?
Yes.
Oh, that's the reason then. She likes to go back to the barn as soon as she can.
You know what? I'm sick.
And so the pre-dawn fox hunt goes on with Calvin missing and Mary becoming ill. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
No, I think I'd rather stand.
that's tomorrow at the Hunt Breakfast, the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. And it's a couple of hours after our last episode now in the great dining hall at Moorswind, Lord Brandishere's castle, following the fox hunt. And our friends are preparing for the hunt breakfast. And we hear Mary, Harry, Calvin, Pop, and Lord Brandishere.
Well, I'm really hungry.
Yes, I think we all are.
I'm a little stiff, too, from riding the horses. I've been on a horse for about 10, 15 years.
Well, it's quite an exercise, Calvin.
Yes, you do use muscles that you forgot you had.
Well, I used to be a cowboy years ago, so I was more used to it than the rest of you folks.
Do you have anything to support that statement? I mean, you don't look or act like a cowboy, Pop.
I thought you were in the show business all your life, Pop. Well, that came later. After I was a cowboy, I was a hoofer and vaudeville, burlesque, and then went on to stage.
Were you a real cowboy or a motion picture cowboy?
Oh, no, I was never in the movies, Mary.
Lord Bransmere,
Yes.
You're indicating we should go to the Great Hall now for dining?
Lord Brandisher, what do you want me to do with the Cynthia?
Well, don't do anything with the forsythia now, Harold, because we're all ready to go into the grand dining hall and have our hunt breakfast. Is it being prepared? Is it ready?
Lord Brandisher, baby, breakfast is being served.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, good. Come on, everybody. Follow me.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly am hungry. Wonder what we'll have.
Stand some. Do you have any kind of juice here in England at all?
We have orange juice, tomato juice, grapefruit juice, and Chianti.
Well, will you take their orders, Harold? What would you like, Mary?
I'll have orange juice.
I'll have orange juice, too. Take that 3.
I'll have Chianti.
Yes, I'll have orange juice, too, Harold. Now, what about cereal? Do you people like cereal?
Do you have any cereal, Harold?
For cereal, we have cold cereal, hot cereal, and pastrami.
And
Pastrami for breakfast?
I think I'll have the hot cereal after a brisk early ride. I don't think I'd want pastrami now.
I'll go along with that, too. Particularly
I'll have the
since it's so
pastrami.
cold here. Yes, I'll have hot cereal, too. I'll have hot cereal, too, Harold. Now, what's the main course?
For the main dish, we have pancakes, ham and eggs,
Pancakes. That's...
and, I forgot.
You forgot.
I forgot. For the main dish, we have bacon and eggs,
Yes.
ham and eggs,
Yes.
and spaghetti and meatballs.
What?
And we have finiad and sausage on the side.
Thin and heady and sausage on the side. That's for me. I'll have that.
I'll have the, what was that? Pomoni Tony?
Don't make him go through it again.
Oh, all right. All right.
I'll have ham and eggs, I guess.
Why don't you get the juice for us now, Harold, and serve?
How about drinks? Anyone have coffee or tea? Do you have any drinks?
For beverages, we have
Or beverages, I mean.
tea, coffee, and shabby, nice for the young ladies.
All right, that's for you, I guess.
All right, I guess I'll have that. And,
While we're ordering, we might as well order dessert. What's for dessert, Harold?
For dessert, we have pastry, Danish pastry, Vienna pastry, and spuyavel.
I'll have Spugliavel.
okay, I'll go along on that.
Yeah, I'll have Spugliavel.
Look out, here's the juice.
Your hand is shaking, Harold. Be careful, you're going
Where
to...
would you like me to put your juice?
Right here, please, right in front of me. If you would.
Oops,
Oh.
sorry.
Oh, that's too bad. All over your jodhpurs. And so it appears that the hunt breakfast has gotten off to a rather bad start. Be sure to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say...
Oh, don't give it a thought. I can have this all tidied up and no... Look out!
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. At Mooreswind, Lord Brandishere's castle in England, our friends are just completing their hunt breakfast. And as they sit happily talking in the great dining hall of Mooreswind, we
Well, I
hear...
thought it was exciting.
Oh, it was
and
wonderful.
funny that we didn't have any fox at the end. It was just a ride through the countryside on those horses.
Oh, well, that's all it is, just kind of a token thing. Sometimes the dogs pick up the scent of the fox.
Lord
but not always.
Brandishere. Would
Yes.
anybody else care for more beverage?
Good idea, Harold. Anyone like another beverage?
I'll have some more coffee.
More coffee for Mary.
I'll have some more Chianti.
I'll have coffee. I'll have coffee. All right, 2 coffees, and I'll have another tea, Harold. Well, you folks, I hope are enjoying your stay with me. Do you have any plans for the future?
No, I thought we'd be... Careful. I thought we'd be heading back to the States.
Where would you like me to put your juice?
Just put it right here, please.
Yeah, right there, and try not to spill it.
Oops, sorry.
Your hand is shaking terribly,
Harold.
Harold. I don't know what the reason is.
No, to answer your question, I thought we'd be going back to the States in a few days and resume our play on Broadway.
Yes,
you know.
we hadn't planned to spend more than a week here, just as kind of a break to catch up on
Look out.
catch up on a little bit of rest before returning to that rigorous
Where
schedule.
would you like me to put your juice?
Right here, please, sir. Thank you.
Did you order more juice?
Oops, sorry.
I don't care for any more juice, Harold.
That was Chianti. Went all over
I don't
me.
believe I do either.
I'll take a like
Excuse me, Lord Brandishere.
Yes?
To whom do I give the check to?
Well, I would presume you'll give it to Harry. He'll be paying the bill for the whole group. The whole bill?
What did you say?
The whole bill?
The whole bill to Harry?
Well, yes. You didn't think you were staying here free, did you?
Well,
My goodness, I'm having tours go through to raise money for taxes. I have to charge my guests for their visits.
well, when we got your invitation in the mail, we thought that you wanted us to come here
Yes, well, you...
as friends.
See, that looks like the post courier on his way. And he's driving up the driveway. Yes, it is the post courier.
Hi, Mighty.
Ahoy.
I got a package for this chap here. What's his name?
Calvin Hoogerden.
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right.
The note is self-explanatory on the package.
Oh, there's a note attached to the... It's a brown paper bag, isn't it?
Aren't you going to tip me, sir?
Well, Harry. Well, he's your post courier, Lord Brandish here.
Oh, I'll
Yes.
go. I'll give it to him. Here's tuppence.
Thanks, Spot.
What does the note say, Calvin?
Let's see. It says, this brown paper bag should be delivered to Pepe the Coco in Casablanca, Morocco. And under those circumstances, are you to open this bag and look in to see what it contains.
And does it say anything about guarding it with our lives?
It says, be sure and guard this brown paper bag with your lives.
And we're to take it to the Casbah.
To Pepe the Coco.
Pepe Le Coco.
Pepe the Coco?
Pepe Le Coco. Pepe Le Coco. And so our friends receive a strange note from an anonymous sender, together with a brown paper bag. Will they go to Casablanca? Be sure and listen on Monday when they aboard the boat train to London and to Paris. And we'll hear... That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. On Friday, as our friends were preparing to leave Lord Brandishere's castle, Moore's Wind, they were entrusted with a brown paper bag, which they were instructed to take to Pepe Le Coco in the Casbah, and under no circumstances to open. Now, at London's airport, Mary, Harry, Calvin, and Pop are preparing to board the plane and, first of all, to go through the inspection, which is now mandatory.
I just hope that there's nothing in this brown paper bag that would cause us any grief as we go through the check here.
I hope so. That courier was certainly mysterious when he said not to open it on fear of our lives. Well, if it has anything metallic in it, they're liable to ask you to open it.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of, and I can't peek in to see what's there.
Well, don't. We'll just take a chance that it's all right. And if we get through okay, then our next problem is to find Pepe Le Coco. Mary, you go through first.
Yes, all right.
Calvin, you have the bag.
Yes, sir.
I have the small hand luggage. That's been checked already. All right. Go right through, Mrs. Backstage.
All right.
Mr. Backstage, I recognize you from Broadway. Fine actor. All right, Mr. Hoogerden.
Yes, sir. I got a brown paper bag, sir. I want you to know that.
Is that your lunch in there?
I don't know what it is.
All right, you're okay. And the old man there. Me? Yes. Come on through. All right. Oh, we made it. All of us.
Oh, that's a relief, isn't it?
We all set to board?
I know I am.
Must be that flight over there, flight 731 to Casablanca. Yes, that's it. That's our plane.
What's the exchange rate in Casablanca?
I don't know. It's fluctuated so much lately.
You know, Harry, wasn't it nice of the Lord, his lordship back there, to take your credit card?
Yes, I didn't have anywhere near enough cash to pay him for our stay.
It was a surprise to me that he charged us for that visit.
Well, I can see his side of the story. He's got to collect money for taxes.
Did we have to pay for all the chianti and the juice that Harold spilled on us?
Yes, we were charged all of that, as well as for the room and for the tour, which we didn't even take. But I didn't want to argue with him. Well, let's get aboard. Mary, you first.
Yep. Oh, look, it's an open cockpit plane.
Pop. Yes, that first step is kind of high.
Oh.
And now we're all aboard. It's Sayao Airlines. How soon will they be taking off, I wonder? Stewardess or steward? It's
Yes, sir.
you're the steward.
Yeah, I am, right.
You're going to be our flight supervisor, are you?
Well, I hope to be. Do you plan to go on any further from Casablanca?
No, our instructions now are just to go to Casablanca, go to the Casbah, and meet Pepe Le Coco, where
Oh,
we're
yeah?
to deliver this brown paper bag without looking at its contents.
Okay, if you want to sit down, fasten your seatbelts. We'll be taking off in a few minutes.
Wonderful. It's good weather for flying, too, isn't it?
Yes, it appears to be a nice day all the way to Casablanca.
Well, I'm ready for an air flight. We're moving, I think.
I hope so. We're supposed to be.
Bon voyage, London. Goodbye, England.
Goodbye, London.
Goodbye, Lord Brandishire. Goodbye, Moore's Wind.
Where's the brown paper bag?
Well, has Calvin misplaced the brown paper bag already, not only a minute into the air? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear the flight supervisor say,
Here it is.
that's tomorrow, in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Car speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Aboard the plane carrying them from England to Casablanca, where they're to deliver the brown paper bag with its unknown contents to Pepe Le Coco, Mary and Harry were summoned to the captain's cabin yesterday, as he said he had a message for them. And it's a few seconds later now as they stand looking at the captain as he pilots the plane.
You have Mr. and Mrs. Backstage.
Yes.
I have a message for you.
Yes.
Captain.
And here it is.
Thank you very much, Captain.
You better read it, Harry.
All right, Mary. If you want to go back to our seats, I'm sure Calvin and Pop would be interested in knowing what it says. Let's go back.
All right.
I'll open it on the way.
Scary to get a message on an airplane. I never...
That must be a cablegram of some kind.
Radio.
A radiogram, yes. Well, it's addressed to Harry Backstage, aboard plane for Casablanca. Sorry to advise you, I was wrong in figuring your bill. You are $3.38 short for your stay here at Moore's Wind. Kindly send money when you arrive at Casablanca. Fond regards, Lord Brandishire. Can you believe that?
$3 and what?
38 cents.
He couldn't overlook just $3.38.
Might have been tax of some kind, Harry.
But no matter what it was, who
No,
could
he had
imagine this?
I just can't believe
Oh,
it.
he's as tight as the bark on a tree, that guy.
Certainly is. I've changed my opinion of Lord Brandishire somewhat. I just don't know what to think.
May I have your attention, please? This is your captain.
Captain hasn't
Will
been
you
out.
please fasten your safety belts? We are heading for stormy weather.
Stormy weather.
The reason for that is the cirrus clouds, the domus clouds, are meeting for this weather.
What kind of clouds is he?
Stratus.
And therefore we'll be getting a lot of thunder and lightning. This is your captain. Have a pleasant trip.
Pleasant trip with thunder and lightning and a storm.
Well, look at it this way. That message could have been a lot worse than it was, Harry.
Yes, you're right.
Could have been $10.
And so, always looking on the brighter side of things, we leave Calvin, Mary, Pop, and Harry as they proceed to Casablanca. And you'll want to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
Are we flying kind of low?
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Car speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife.
the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's about a half hour after yesterday's episode now in the airplane heading for Casablanca as Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin prepare to weather the storm which the captain says they're about to enter.
I better hold the brown paper bag in my lap now, so do you think I dare peek into it?
No. Don't peek into it, Calvin. We had firm instructions not to look inside.
Well, we've come this far without you looking into it. I think you can wait a few more hours till we get to Casablanca.
Oh, we should be at Casablanca very soon. This doesn't look like a big storm, just kind of a one we're passing through. Usually they fly over the...
Oh, here's the captain.
I would like to explain some of the clouds that cause no disturbance.
Oh, he's going to explain some of the clouds.
We have some here. The cumulus type stratus clouds. Then there are types and syllables. Autostratus, autocumulus clouds. And some of these clouds are formed between 6,500 and 20,000 feet, with the extent of vertically developed cumulus and cumulum omnibus.
So that's why you thought we were flying low, Calvin. He could have gone over them.
Giving us trouble. Thank you very much. Enjoy your trip, and we shall be out of the storm within 5-10 minutes. Thank you.
Oh, that's comforting.
Very good.
Yeah.
He's a friendly captain.
I guess we're not going to get any sandwiches, are we,
not this, no. Wait till we get in a little clear weather, then you can have some these finger sandwiches, I call them.
Yes, you can't serve in a storm like this.
They make them up fancy back at the airport. They cut off the crust, they put watercress in between two pieces of baker's bread, you know? Yeah.
I don't know as I'm hungry anyway.
No, I tell you, they're not all that good. And I tell you, this is about the third flight they've made, so they get a little hard on the outside,
Can you tell me this? Is the food good in Casablanca?
Oh, listen here. It's really great there.
Why, I can't wait. Yeah. I've never been there, but I imagine it's quite exotic, isn't it?
The food is exotic, yes, and no, they're fine restaurants in Casablanca.
I think we're coming out of the storm now. The blue seems to be...
You want to try that coochie they have there? It's pretty good.
Have your attention, please.
Captain.
This is your captain.
Right.
We will be in Casablanca about 15 minutes. Enjoy your trip.
And so our friends find they're only 15 minutes away from Casablanca and the Casbar where they'll deliver the brown paper bag to Pepe Le Coco. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
"All right, I'll put my hands in the air, but what do you want?"
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word car speaking. See if we have any interesting questions from those outside calling in. Hello?
Hello, I'd like to talk to Bob and Ray, please.
You have Bob and Ray right here, sir.
Hello, am I on the air?
Yes.
Hello?
You're live on the air.
Oh, look, wait till I go turn down my radio. It's upstairs.
You don't need to because...
it's upstairs.
Well, you don't need to turn it down because
all right.
It won't interfere at all.
Oh, all right.
This is live. There's no delay. It's going out just as you hear it.
Are you Bob?
I'm Bob, yeah.
Good. Hey, hello?
Yes, sir. Get to the point of your...
Hello?
Hello?
I thought you hung up.
I'm listening.
Oh. Say, could you explain for me, Bob and Ray, or is this Bob alone? Hello?
Hello?
Am I cut off?
No, you're still on the air, sir. Will you get to the point you want to make?
Yes.
Hello? Oh, he's hung up. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. In room 217 above the cafe in the Casbah, Harry and Calvin are facing the man they believe to be Pepe Le Coco. And as we join them, it's a few minutes after yesterday's episode.
Well, I mean to get your goat, sir.
Well, I just don't like to be told to take off this white glove I'm wearing.
Yes.
We've heard, but we've got to know that you are the real Pepe Le Coco before we...
Oh, I dropped this dime on the table. Would you pick that up with your left hand for me,
Oh,
sir?
here, let me pick that up for you.
No, your left hand, sir.
Well, I've already picked it up with my right hand.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to think. What we do?
Yes, gentlemen. Can I be of any assistance to you at all?
Yes. You know, under that glove, you have your left hand, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, on your middle finger, do you have anything unusual on your middle finger?
You mean like a star-shaped scar?
Yes, sir. Oh!
I don't like to be asked that question.
I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, in the cafe below, Pop and Mary sit talking with the waiter as we...
I wonder where they are.
They should be back here by now. Been upstairs there for 10 or 15 minutes.
Folks going to order?
We did order, waiter.
Oh, I'll go get your drinks, then.
Try it again, Sam.
Must be somebody in the kitchen that's... Oh, there's that... Play it again, Sam.
Mrs. Backstage?
Yes?
She's Mrs. Backstage. I'm Pop Beloved, stage doorman.
Harry Backstage and Calvin said for you to follow me outside.
Oh, they want us to follow you to them, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
They must have found the real Pepe Le Coco.
Oh, all right. We'll just follow you.
Bring the
you
brown
go.
paper bag, Mary. Don't leave that.
Oh, yes.
They must have found the real man, and they're going to turn it over to him.
Just follow me, folks.
We're following right behind you. Hey, I don't think we should go down that dark alley he's leading us in.
Come on, follow me.
But, Mary, I don't think we should go.
Well, why not? He said that Calvin and Harry said to follow him.
Well, I know that, but I
No
have
reason not to believe him.
a strange feeling that it's so quiet and dank and dark and mysterious. What are you trying to do?
What? Stop! Help!
Pushing us in the automobile, Mary.
Help!
Harry isn't here at all.
Help!
Calvin either. Well, can it be that Mary and Pop are being kidnapped with the brown paper bag? And what of Harry and Calvin with Pepe Le Coco? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
Help!
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, as Harry and Calvin were attempting to get Pepe Le Coco to remove the glove to reveal the star on his fourth finger that proves he's the real Pepe Le Coco, Mary and Pop were kidnapped from the cafe in the Casbah, and together with the brown paper bag are being driven out of town now, and we hear the driver.
Well, I think this is an outrage.
You're kidnapping us, you know. That's a penalty.
I'm just carrying out my orders, buddy. You too, lady, I'm sorry, but I have my orders.
Well, we're going to guard this brown paper bag and its mysterious contents with our lives. We've promised to do that.
Uh-huh.
We're supposed to get it to Pepe Le Coco.
I'm taking you to a person who values that brown paper bag more than Pepe Le Coco.
Where are you taking us, by the way, driver?
Taking you to colorful, beautiful Marrakesh.
Marrakesh?
Marrakesh?
How far is that from here?
It's up in the mountains. We'll be there in a couple of hours, so sit back and relax.
They say it's a great place to buy lace. Is that true?
Nice place to get couscous.
Well, I don't think we...
Nice place to get what?
Couscous, Mary. It's,
Couscous?
Couscous, yes. It's,
What is that, a low back injury?
No, it's a dish familiar to this part of the country. Well, if you're going to keep us prisoner...
Chicken, lady. It's done like you can't believe.
If you're going to keep us prisoner, driver, you might as well entertain us. Will you turn the radio on, please?
Try it again, Sam.
Oh, is that on the radio, too? Everywhere we go in this country, all we hear is some guy saying, play it again, Sam.
Why did I ask him to turn the radio on? Meanwhile, back in room 217, above the cafe in the Casbah, Harry and Calvin are still trying to convince Pepe Lococo.
You see, we have something to deliver to the real Pepe Lococo.
And we have to know it's the real Pepe before we can deliver it to him.
Pepe, what is it again?
Lococo.
Lococo.
Yes,
And,
Pepe Lococo is my name, and you'll have to take my word for it. Now,
would you see that gray cotton glove you're wearing on your left hand?
Yes, I wear it all the time.
Yes. Well, would you remove it, please, so that we could see your left hand?
Huh? Oh, Calvin, it just isn't going to work.
I don't know how we'll ever see his left hand.
I don't even know whether you have what I want. How do I know that? Prove that to me, and maybe I'll remove the glove.
Well, we have a... do you have the...
brown paper bag?
Yes.
That's what I want, the brown paper bag. Do you have it?
No, I don't. It's with my wife, Mary, and Pop Beloved.
Shall we go downstairs and get it for you?
Maybe.
But are you the real Pepe Lococo?
I'm the real Pepe Lococo, yes. You can
Well, will you
believe
prove
that.
it? Will you let me see your left hand, please?
All right, I will. But first this.
And so, Harry and Calvin apparently have finally worn down Pepe Lococo to a point where he proves that he is himself. You'll want to join us on Monday when we'll hear Mary say,
"One order of couscous, please."
That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's shortly after yesterday's episode now as we join Harry, Calvin, and Pepe Lococo in a new helicopter hired by them from Meredith Kiernan, the helicopter pilot, to take them to Marrakesh, as they try to find the car in which Mary and Pop have been kidnapped. And as they fly along above the road to Marrakesh...
What do these people do? Steal some of your money or something?
Well, no. They stole my wife and Pop Beloved stage doorman, who have the brown paper bag Pepe here won.
Harry, I don't know if we should tell Mr. Kin and everything.
Well, I don't care what you tell me. I'm curious that you'd be chasing your wife and some other guy on a road to Marrakesh in a helicopter unless it's something pretty serious.
Something is very important, Meredith. There's something in that brown paper bag that they have that I must have. Now, someone else is after the contents of that bag.
Wait just a minute. Whether you're the real Pepe Lococo or not, I don't think we should tell Mr. Kiernan everything about this thing.
Maybe you're right, Calvin. What he doesn't know won't hurt him, as they used to say.
Well, I've heard that expression many times. What I don't know won't hurt me. On the other hand, what I do know could hurt you. Incidentally, now, do you want me to shoot out their tires when we spot them?
Well, what kind of a shot are you?
Great. Listen, don't worry about it. I'm an excellent shot. Well, 9 out of 10.
Put them in any danger at all.
What's that?
I say I'd hate to put them in any danger.
What do you care? You're chasing them to Marrakesh. What do you want to treat them with kid gloves?
Hate to lose the brown
What
paper
is this?
bag.
What kind of a monkey race am I on here?
What if you should shoot through the brown paper bag? Then I wouldn't have the contents of it.
That's right. You got to be careful. Those brown paper bags are very perishable.
Well, the bag is, but we don't know what's inside. Maybe that's not perishable.
You know, I got too many bosses. Now, what do you want me to do? Do you want to stop them or just trail them or what?
Well, do you think that's the car down there? Can you lower yourself enough so we can see it's the car?
Yeah, I'll drop down a little bit.
Want to be sure Mary and Pop are in there.
Take a pot shot at them and see.
You sure you're a crack shot, Meredith?
Don't worry about it.
I think that might be a very good idea, Harry, Calvin. We can get down low enough.
I've got very good eyesight. Years ago, I could hit a curveball. I could see the winding of the baseball, the stitching as it would come towards home plate. I've got great eyesight.
Here, I have a pair of binoculars in my burnous. Let me look and see if I can... Oh, you take them, Harry, and see if you can recognize Mary and Pop.
Yes. Let me see.
Where'd you get that burnous?
I got it from Bernice. She made it for me.
Yes. Mary and Pop are in the car.
Is that them, really?
Okay, I'll just drop down a little bit and shoot out their tires.
All right, if you must, but
don't
be
worry.
careful.
Don't give it a thought.
Hey, be careful there.
Got one of them.
You got him.
Got two. They've crashed. Let's land quickly.
I'm not as good a shot as I used to be.
And so, it appears, in their efforts to save Mary and Pop and the brown paper bag, Meredith Kiernan, the pilot, has gone one step too far and forced the kidnapped car to crash. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
I'm awfully sorry to tell you about this, Harry.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today we're still aboard the tri-motor airplane carrying Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin to Paris, or so they believe. And as we join them, we hear Calvin say,
No, this doesn't look like the approach is to Paris.
Well, I'll have to admit it doesn't, but I've only been to Paris one time, Calvin.
City of Light, I call it.
Yes.
And I guess others have called it that before me.
Oh, it's been called that for a number of years.
I wonder who first called Paris the City of Light.
Well, for 10 years, I can remember anyway. Oh, it's more than that, Pop.
Your attention, please.
Yes.
This is your captain.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's the
I
pilot.
have some startling news to pass along to all you passengers.
Startling news.
Startling news?
Yes, startling news. I inadvertently took off from Marrakesh without a navigator.
Without a navigator?
Without a navigator?
Without a navigator. And there was pure oversight on my part.
Kind of a dumb thing to do, wasn't it?
It wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done. However, I think we've sighted Rome, so we'll be coming now and arriving at the Eternal City, as I like to call it.
Rome?
In just a few moments. Yes, Rome, the Eternal City.
I wonder how he can hear us.
That will be the end of the flight. If you want to go to Paris, you'll have to make your own arrangements. I'm awfully sorry about this, but
Oh, that's all right.
this is why they put rubber on the end of pencils.
I suppose it is when people make mistakes.
Our stewardess, I forgot, she's not aboard either, so we won't have any food.
We've noticed.
So we'll be landing in a few moments. If you get to look out the left, you'll notice the left side of the plane. Thank you for flying crossing.
I didn't hear the name of the airline before now. And now I discovered how he could hear us. He's right in the same room here with us, isn't he?
That's right.
That's him sitting in that front seat driving.
That's me sitting right here, yeah.
Why did you have to go on the intercom when you could just turn around and tell us all this?
Well, I could have, but you wouldn't feel that you were flying on a regular commercial airliner that way.
I don't really feel that way now, but at least I'm happy we're landing.
I'm scared. I'm fit to be tied. This has been one of the spookiest trips I've ever made.
Fasten your seatbelt, Mary, Calvin.
There isn't any on this.
Yeah, I've got mine fastened, too.
I just tightened up my own belt. Just keep my pants on tighter.
That won't keep you if there's any bouncing when we come down.
Oh, forget it. He's a good pilot. He knows his way around.
Are you landing now, pilot?
Yeah. You can tell I'm a good guy. I have a white scarf on. Notice?
Right. I've never been to Rome International Airport before.
This isn't exactly Rome International Airport.
But you said we were going to Rome.
It's as close to Rome as I could get. This is Backstayge Villa we're coming into.
Backstayge Villa?
Yeah. It's a friend of mine. He said I could land here.
Well, we're down anyway.
Apparently. Seems like I'm on the ground. Yeah, we're on the ground. So let me turn this thing around and I'll stop it, then you can all jump out. Again, thank you for flying. It was this airline. We've had a lot of fun with you.
Well, we've had a very pleasant trip, although I'm a little bit tired myself. Have you got the brown paper bag, Calvin?
I have it right up here. Somebody left it up by,
Well,
hey, you know what? We just ran out of gas.
And so our friends finally arrive in Italy, but at Backstayge Villa Airport. This certainly is a surprise, and tomorrow you'll join us when we'll hear Calvin say,
hey, you know what? He took the brown paper bag.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, our friends discovered that the driver of the cab they'd hailed was really Pepe Lococo. Now, after repairing a flat tire, the cab is continuing on its way to the Villa Bagatelle outside Rome.
Here. You know, I was pretty upset back there in Marrakesh to find that you'd switched brown paper bags with me, Mrs. Backstage.
Well, I did it just as a lark. I don't know why. I just thought it was funny at the time. I didn't realize it would put you to all this inconvenience, Mr. Lococo.
And you rushed away so fast, we didn't even have time to tell you that it was just a joke.
Did you eat the couscous?
It didn't seem like a joke to me when I opened that bag and found the loose couscous in there.
Did you eat it?
Yes, I ate them. Then I had to track you down all the way to Rome. And then I had to buy a taxi cab so that I could pick you up.
Well, I had no idea it would cause you all this inconvenience. Please accept my sincere apologies.
Well, now that I will have the real bag, I'll accept your apologies. When we get to the Villa Bagatelle, it's just up the road.
What's in that brown paper bag, Pepe?
I can't tell you, Calvin.
Why not? I brought it all the way from New York.
Yeah, the least you could do would be to let us know the secret of the brown paper bag.
Well, perhaps your host at the Villa Bagatelle will tell you. It'll be up to him. He's the one I'm delivering it to.
Oh, fine. Is this it here, this imposing building?
That is a beauty. Yes, we are coming to a stop.
Yes, this is the Villa Bagatelle. Now, if you'll all get out. Not yet. Don't get out yet.
No.
Wait a minute.
Sounds like you need a ring job.
I think it's stopped now. You get out.
You really need a ring job.
All right, follow me this way.
All right.
Walk this way.
Well, if we can walk that way.
All right. I hope he sees us coming. Who are you referring to as he? Your host here at Villa Bagatelle, Count Yorkash.
Oh, Count Yorkash. Uh-huh. When do we,
You'll meet him soon enough. Just follow me.
Welcome here. Welcome. You are my friends. You must be here for the ritual.
Well, no. We're here, Count Yorkash, with Pepe Lococo here.
Did you bring the brown paper bag?
Yes, I did, Count Yorkash. I have it right here, and you don't know the trouble it's caused me to get it either.
I would be very gratified if you hand it over to me now. Thank you.
All right, there it is. My job is done. I can leave.
Goodbye. You won't stay then for the ritual?
No, I'd rather not this time, Count.
Well, I must go now and play the organ for my guests. You know you'll have to spend the night here.
I don't know whether we want to spend the night here or not. It's a spooky place.
There has been a bad storm. There is no transportation here till the morning.
Well, I guess we'll have to stay there.
You'll enjoy the ritual I have planned for you.
Sounds scary to me.
Yes, I'm frightened.
Well, just what ritual does Count Yorkash mean when he mentions it? And what will our friends do during the night at the Villa Bagatelle? Sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
You want us to follow your assistant Gaston?
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Car speaking.